Hello, I'm Gemma. Here at Atom, I support families along their academic journeys. Over the last 3 years, I've answered thousands of questions about the 11+. Today, we're going to explore the most commonly asked questions and help demystify the 11+ for you. Let's dive in. The 11+ is an academic test which children take to apply for a place at a grammar school. The exam is designed to identify children who are working at the top ability range in their year group, normally the top 25%. The content of the 11+ exams vary between schools and local counties. Most grammar schools assess children's skills in English and maths, as these are the core subjects studied in Key Stage 2. Some 11+ exams include questions in verbal reasoning and non-verbal reasoning, which are not taught on the national curriculum. Your child will take the 11+ exam in the autumn term in Year 6. It usually takes place on a Saturday in September, although dates will vary between schools and local areas. Your child will usually take the 11+ exam at the school they're applying for, or one of the other schools in the consortium. In some areas, such as Buckinghamshire, your child will take the exam at their own primary school. No, the 11+ exam is completely free. Some schools hold familiarisation sessions, such as mock exams, which may incur a small cost, but these are optional. The length of the exam will vary depending on the number of papers set. It's rare for an individual paper to last longer than 1 hour, and most 11+ exams will be completed within 2 hours. If your child's target school sets more than 1 paper, they'll provide a short break between papers so that children have time for refreshments and toilet breaks. Multiple choice questions are the most common types of questions in 11+ examinations. English and maths papers provided by GL Assessment are all multiple choice. However, some papers may require free responses, particularly creative writing tests and papers created internally by school staff, often as second stage assessments. Most 11+ papers, particularly those created by GL Assessment, will be marked by a computer. Your child will note their answers on a separate answer sheet, which is scanned and marked electronically. Papers with free-form answers will often be marked in person. If your child has to complete a written exercise as part of the exam, this might only be marked in certain circumstances, such as if your child has achieved a high enough score on a multiple choice paper, or if the written exercise needs to be used in borderline cases. Your child's raw marks in the paper will be added together to create a total score. In most cases, this score will then be age standardised to ensure that children born later in the school year aren't disadvantaged. This is a statistical process that takes into account your child's raw mark and their age at the time of the exam in years and months. Your child's standardised score will then be placed in rank order with other children's scores from the same cohort. The pass mark will vary depending on the school your child is applying for, or whether the school is a member of a consortium. Some schools and consortiums will have specific pass marks. Children taking the Kent test, for example, usually need to have standardised scores higher than 109 in each of their tests to be eligible for a place. We would recommend that your child works towards a standardised score of 120 and above when preparing for the examination. However, plenty of schools will not set their pass mark until the exams have been completed, while some schools will just select the highest ranked children until all the Year 7 places have been filled. Unfortunately, no. The 11+ exam may only be taken once for each school or consortium. We recommend that children start preparing for the 11 Plus at the end of Year 4 or the beginning of Year 5. A huge amount of content is covered in the examination, particularly if your child's target school assesses verbal reasoning and non-verbal reasoning, which are not taught as part of the national curriculum. Using a little and often approach to revision will help your child establish a routine and avoid becoming demotivated. There are no officially published 11 Plus past papers, as these are usually intellectual property and have copyright regulations. However, some schools may publish familiarisation papers on their website, and with an Atom Nucleus subscription, you can access 11 Plus practice papers for every grammar school and consortium in the country. No, the 11 Plus is not compulsory. In some areas, such as Buckinghamshire, your child will automatically be registered for the 11 Plus if they attend a primary school in the county. However, you can opt out if you do not wish your child to take the exam or apply for a grammar school place. In most counties, you will need to register your child to take the 11 Plus, usually via an online form on your target school's website. Check the website for each school you're applying for, as the process and registration dates can vary. Note that this process is just for registering your child to take the exam, as you'll need to apply for a school place separately. The grammar school will write to you or send you an email with the outcome of your child's results in mid-October, about a month after they've taken the exam. In most cases, you'll not receive a breakdown of your child's marks. The school will just inform you whether your child has met the eligible standard. You can then use this information to apply for a school place. Yes, unfortunately it is possible to fail the 11 Plus exam. If a student does not pass the 11 Plus, it simply means that they are not eligible for admission to a grammar school. However, it doesn't mean the end of their educational journey. There are many other secondary school options available, including comprehensive schools, faith schools, and other types of academies, which do not require the 11 Plus exam for admission. No. Passing the 11 Plus demonstrates to the school that your child is suitable for a grammar school education, but places will be allocated depending on other criteria. This will be outlined in your target school's admissions policy, which can be found on their website. Secondary school places in England are applied for through your local authority or local council. If you're applying to any state secondary school, you will need to complete a common application form, listing your school preferences in order. This form will need to be submitted on your home local authority website by the 31st of October when your child is in Year 6. Yes, you have a legal right to challenge the school's decision through an appeal. Now, the appeal process success rate will vary depending on the school and county, but on average, around 20% of parents who appeal their child's place are successful. So a good 11 Plus standardised score can vary depending on the school your child's applying for, or whether the school is part of a consortium. Some schools and consortiums have specific pass marks. For instance, children taking the Kent test usually need to have a standardised score higher than 109 in each of their tests to be eligible for a place. However, as a general rule of thumb, we recommend that your child works towards a standardised score of 120 and above when preparing for the exam. Please note that some schools will not set their pass mark until the exams have been completed, and some schools will simply select the highest ranked children until all of the Year 7 places have been filled. The SAT and the 11 Plus are both exams taken by students in the UK, but they serve different purposes. The SATs are standardised tests taken by all students at the end of Key Stage 2, Year 6, and are used to measure a student's understanding of the national curriculum. The results are used by the government to assess school performance. On the other hand, the 11 Plus exam is an optional test taken by students who wish to apply to grammar schools. The subjects tested and the format of the 11 Plus exam can vary depending on the school or consortium, and it often includes areas not covered in the national curriculum, such as verbal and non-verbal reasoning.